Hi there, Linda Artisani, Artisani Accounting and the Proper Trust. This week is all about personal injury attorneys, which go by the acronym PI. What is the differences in handling their records as a bookkeeper and accountant? And if you're the firm owner, what should you be looking for to see how things are, workflow is running well for your firm? So we've been going in every week to talk about the different practice areas, and personal injury is definitely unique in the fact that there's not a lot of trust accounting. Really, the trust moment happens when the settlement comes in. So the matter would start out with the client coming in maybe with an injury. They sign an agreement with the law firm, however that is for their particular state. As a bookkeeper or the accountant, you want to see how that agreement is laid out. And then the case starts and goes on. And as the case goes on, you want to look at the expenses that are coming in, because they should all be tagged by the matter. Any missed expenses become firm expenses, because usually when you settle on a case, the case gets settled and the money gets divvied out, and then that's the end of the matter. It's all done. So you want to make sure that all those expenses are captured in the beginning. And those can be medical expenses, hearings, deposition, physical therapy. That's just a few of them. There's a lot of expenses involved with this particular practice area. The other thing to note about this is the matters go on for multiple years. So you really need a very good tracking system. We like Dext. When we work with the bigger firms, we have them put the documents into Dext, and then we have them uploaded. They push into QuickBooks and they upload into the legal software. Now, speaking of legal software, I've had one too many attorneys tell me, oh, my practice area, we don't really need legal tech software. That can be handled without that. Can it? Yes. Is it a time saver? Absolutely not. There's workarounds involved. As you all know, I've chirped about this enough every week. There's workarounds when you use QuickBooks alone as a standalone. Having a practice management tool like a Lien Law or a Clio, although they're not exactly specific to this practice area, they do work. Lien Law has a two-way sync. Clio has a one-way sync, but it's a way of tracking the matter all the way through the workflow, tracking the trust. In Clio, you're going to save the documents. There's a lot of benefits there. You want to have that software in place, mostly for tracking trust, but also for tracking metrics. This is a firm that you'll see a high amount of money put towards advertising. If nobody knows you exist, you're never going to find, usually these people are in a place where if they've been in a car accident or another kind of accident, they're not spending a lot of time looking for an attorney. So you want something that will really people can find you. This is why you see them on billboards. You see a lot of advertising on billboards for this particular practice area. And that's expensive. So you want to track how that is working. How did somebody find you? Same as all the other ones. How did they find the firm? Which is going to revolve around multiple people inside the law firm tracking how people are finding you, as well as putting the money on the billboard. And the other thing that you want to track here is profitability by each case or matter. That's important. Attorney productivity is always important, especially in this type of practice area where a lot of times there's no tracking of the hours, but you really should. And with Lien Law and Clio, you can track them and make them non-billable, but at least this way you'll have an idea. So what happens at this kind of a law firm is that you win the settlement, and then as the settlement goes along, there's an agreement in the beginning. So it's usually a third, a third, and a third. A third, will go to you pay the expenses first, and usually it's divvied out between the attorney and the client gets the balance. But you want to read that document to know what's happening in the firm. As a bookkeeper or an accountant, you want to get the settlement sheet so you can properly cost this out. Money comes in for $100,000. You want to see, it's usually some large amounts. Make sure that when you make the deposit, it clears the bank. Another big tip, because I've seen firms hurry that money through, figuring it's from an insurance company, it's never going to bounce, and sometimes they bounce. You want to make sure that the firm has the money in hand. That's probably most of it. I've got a lot more detail inside the article that's with this video, so be sure to check that out as well. And I hope this is really helpful, and we'll see you all next week. Bye now.